I want to talk to the young men about the Charlie Kirk situation. If you're a young man, maybe 16 to 25 or something like that, I want to speak to you about how you can and perhaps how you should respond to this history pivoting moment that we've all just been part of. I want to start out really strong. One of 6 reflections I've got for young men, and the first one is this: young men need to turn to Jesus in this hour. Charlie Kirk was all about his faith. Did he talk about political issues? Of course he did. Did he talk about economy and education and immigration and all of these subjects? Certainly he did. But at the core of everything that he spoke about, everything he believed, was a real and personal faith in the person of Jesus Christ, founded in Scripture, that he built his beliefs on, he built his life on, he built his marriage and his family upon. And the fact of the matter is, the answer for this world, the answer for our future generations, is that young men turn their hearts to God, and I am personally thrilled that that is what we're seeing. In fact, we're seeing it by the tens of millions all over the world. We're seeing it in the United Kingdom right now, where young men are not just pushing back against government control and things like this. They are pushing back, but they're turning to God as well. Right across college campuses in North America, hundreds of thousands of young men are turning to faith in God, a real faith, a living faith, a working faith that produces results. If you're a young man who's been contemplating faith, you've been contemplating exploring the Scriptures and finding out more about why Charlie Kirk believes so strongly in the life and the message of Jesus Christ, please, I'm urging you, take that next step in your investigation. Find out more. Ask a friend. Drop a comment for me and say, how do I find out more? I will help you. That's the first reflection I've got for young men in the aftermath of this moment in history. Number 2, we need to encourage our young men to change the kind of girl that they're chasing. Fellas, please let me encourage you. You do not want to partner yourself to a girl who is so readily taking her clothes off and showing herself to the world and essentially engaging in soft porn all over social media, sharing herself with anybody and everybody that shows her the tiniest bit of attention. Change your pursuit to a girl who, first of all, in my opinion, loves God, has a purity in her heart, has a love for traditional values, wants to be a strong woman in her own right, but wants to be partnered to a strong husband and raise a great family. Several things will happen if our young men change the kind of girl that they're chasing after. Number 1, the benefit to you as a young man will be immense and last a lifetime. Number 2, we will shift the status of how young women live their life. We will give them breathing room again to return to high priority values where they put a value on themselves again, instead of cheapening themselves in the way that we are seeing at high velocity in recent times. Thirdly, and powerfully, if we have a generation of young adult men who change the kind of girl that they want to be partnered with, eventually those young men and young women will become parents of children, and we will see the kickstarting of an entire new generation of young fathers who know how to put priority on the right kind of woman, who know how to put priority on becoming the right kind of man. And as a man and as a father, you will put the right values on your own sons and your own daughters. This change can literally change the world. Here's a third reflection and encouragement that I've got for young men in response to what has happened to Charlie Kirk. Young men, I want to urge you, go after character. Go after maturity. Go after responsibility. Go after faith. Push back on that narrative that's all over social media, that's prevalent in a hedonistic society, that's telling you that all you should do is stack cash and chase women and live loose and just pleasure yourself all of your days. That is a message that is guaranteed to bring depravity and debauchery and bankruptcy to your soul. It will destroy your life. It will drown you in future regret. As a middle-aged man and as an older man, you will lament with tears the wasting of your youth if you follow that narrative. But rather, if you pivot in this moment, while this beautiful window of opportunity is open to you, whilst the world has got its arms wide open to a generation of young men turning to these values and applauding it, and that's what we're doing. I'm standing up, giving an ovation, joining in with everybody else to every young man that makes this choice to turn towards building your character with proven values that work. Turn to responsibility and hard work. Turn to maturity and to growing your faith and becoming that kind of man. Then your future days will be filled with joy, contentment, purpose, and a distinct absence of regret because you made the right decision at the right time. Number 4 encouragement that I've got for you young men in this hour, in this moment, is that you would embrace the heartbeat of the Charlie Kirk message. He was very clear and very convicted about find a partner to be married to, have children, raise a family, start a business, speak up for values that actually produce good results. I want to encourage and echo the same message to our young men, whether that's here in Australia, whether that's in North America, the United Kingdom, wherever you are in the world watching this. I want to be another one of those voices urging you to say, not only can you do this, but you should do this, and you will thank yourself for doing this if you pursue that kind of message, that kind of life that can actually give you the life that you so desperately long for. I want to give you 2 more reflections and encouragements of what I see is good for our young men in this super important hour in time. I want to encourage you, number 5, that you will be a young man who speaks the truth in love. Please, I'm urging you, in fact, I'm appealing to you. Don't be like some of my generation. Don't be like some of the generation older than me who stayed in a corner silently over the last 10 to 20 years. People who got too in love with being liked on social media, who didn't want to be bullied, who just wanted to have a nice, comfortable, quiet life. Guys, the truth of the matter is there is a war going on in the world, and it's the war of light versus dark. It's the war of good versus evil, and it is so crucial for the entire world that you young men, possibly the most important generation in the earth today, it's so important that you do speak up, and that you speak up for truth, and that you do it with love. If you could come out of that silent corner and speak up for truth that actually works, and to do it with love in your heart, that one decision in one heart can turn into a whole peer group, a whole school, a whole college campus, a whole community, entire nations who agree to do the same thing, that we begin to use our mouth and our words for changing the future by speaking the truth in love, courageously and bravely, the same way that Charlie Kirk did. I want to encourage you with one more reflection, one more encouragement before we finish this episode today, and that is, young men, make a choice to live your life for other people's betterment. In other words, become a man who has a noble heart, a stoic heart, a resilient heart, a heart that is built on time-tested values that wants to stand for something. Not a wishy-washy, weak heart that is blown with every change of direction of the wind, but rather a stout heart that's built on values and principles and faith in God and family values that say, I know what kind of man I want to become. I refuse to apologize for it. I'm not going to change my course. I'm going to go on this course all my days so that I can live for other people's strengthening, lifting those who are poor and broken, lifting those who are not in the position you're in. Men, if you would live that way, you will change your own life. You will change the life of your family, and who knows, God might just use you to change pockets of the entire world if you will make that choice. I would love it if you could take on board those encouragements, especially the young men, of what can you do as a response to what we've all witnessed with the Charlie Kirk murder and situation. As I said at the top, this history pivoting moment that we're all existing in right now. If you would choose some of these responses, I'm certain it would do you well. Well, I'd love to hear from you. Why don't you get in the comments below and tell me, did any of those 6 encouragements really stand out for you? Are you already responding with some of those things, or do you want to add some other responses to the list? I really would love to hear from you about what you're doing. Tell me your age as well in the comments, and let me know how you're responding to what's going on in the world right now. Thanks for being here, and I'd love to see you in another video real soon.